We're fixing to do a Carolina cold start on the black Trans Am that the bird has done its duties on. That was close.
I don't know what that was all about.
Alright, turn the headlights on. Whoop. Well, I got a bunch of junk there, don't I? Alright, we're gonna have to concentrate and back this thing out. That one's next, but that'll be tomorrow. We're gonna take it for a little ride. It's got so much dust on it, we're probably gonna have to hose it off. Well, here we are rolling down the road in the 89 Trans Am. This camera doesn't pick up nighttime stuff too good, but I swear I like this car. How long has it been since we drove it?
It's been a while.
Been a while. Maybe October. We took it on the fall trip.
Yeah.
And then I think I wheeled it in, and that's been the last.
That's what I was thinking it was.
I've been so busy working on them, I ain't had no time to drive them. I gotta change that.
Yeah.
We get that 57 done, we're gonna back off a little bit on the building them. Although I got a really cool build lined up. But this one, you know, shouldn't take that long. Say again.
Shouldn't cost that much either, huh?
Yeah, it'll be cheap. Isn't that so cool? Alright, it's Sunday afternoon. Took this car for a ride last night and determined the air conditioning don't work. So I need to fix that, I guess. I was gonna pull that 57 out, but it's been storming this morning. So I guess I need to leave it in and work on what little I can outside. Seems like Mama drove her windows up, don't it? All right. Well, I did a little bit of research. The parts store is going to order me in the harness, which means, and I got to drop the oil pan, transmission pan to fix this mess. Which I'm aggravated. I'm aggravated. Hope the rest of the transmission's okay. Boy, that would be a bummer, wouldn't it? I forgot how much I got in the converter. It's a good bit of money. I got a billet input shaft in it, and anyways, hope the rest of the transmission's good. It was bad broke. It would I forgot what my transmission guy said it was, but anyway, you'd crank the truck up and it would just bog the engine down. It would barely run. It was all locked up in there. So, spent a bunch of money fixing that. Thought I was fixing it. Let me drain the oil out of it, and the 25 bucks a gallon of oil, 30 bucks a gallon of oil, whatever it is, and pull that pan. Can't really pull it out in the driveway and have that to be leaking anyways, I guess. Also, I went out in the chicken coop. I like to throw down pieces of wood or cement blocks or what have you, and every once in a while I'll go down there and turn them over because all the worms and bugs under there, them chickens love it. Well, you know, it's been raining this morning. So, anyway, I went down there. Usually I got boots on, but today I'm wearing these things. And, well, I fell and busted my can. Sure did. That's embarrassing. Glad nobody saw that. Don't y'all tell nobody. Alright, I rigged up a little drain pan system. I'm going to drain the oil out of the transmission and see what I'm up against here. Well, at least it's nice and clean, right? didn't spend no time cleaning the transmission up. Maybe we'll go ahead and clean the pan. George says we ought to paint it like a barber pole, but I don't know if we'll do that. Maybe we'll paint it a different color though. That's some expensive stuff right there. Look at this. The camera might not be showing too good, huh? Anyway, you can see right through it. See there? What the heck? Is something missing? Alright, I went out in the shed, dug around, and found the harness that came out of that truck, which was a 2002 Chevy 2500 4L80E 6 liter. And here, where did I find it? Come on, man. Here we are. That's what I found in the plug. That's the transmission plug. So let me pop that out of there and see what I see. Alright, so here's what I figured out. Part of the plug was missing. And me not never messing with a 4L80E before, didn't know no better. So it looks like it was leaking anyways. Should have got a new harness to start with. But I guess I could have caught that before I put transmission fluid in it, huh? Well, that was 75 bucks at the O'Reilly's. You can get it cheaper on the Amazon, but I'm aggravated, so I want to get it behind me today. So I paid up. Anyway, you gotta kind of support local businesses anyways. What if it was your local business, you know? Would you want somebody buying it off of Amazon? I'm not preaching that super hard because I buy stuff off Amazon too. But you gotta wonder, you know, all these leftists and all save the environment, but they'll drive way out here with a $4 bottle of pills or something like that. A bottle of vitamin C overnight. Makes you wonder, don't it? Does everything add up? Maybe you just gotta think for yourself a little. Remember how my old parts washer was leaking all over the floor? So I said, you know what? Mr. Heavy Chevy, you work hard. You can afford a new parts washer. So I went down to the old Harbor Freights and I went and bought me a new one. And I set it up, and plugged it up. Yeah, she built it, come to think of it. I'm not going to take credit for that. Put it together, put the solvent in it. I hadn't even used it one time. But today, it'd be kind of nice to use it. Watch what happens here. Nothing. That's what happens. Nothing.
Hadn't even used it once.
Aggravating. So I guess you're going to have to go out in the rain and use the purple power and a brush and the water hose, the hose pipe. You just can't have nice things, can you?
No, we're not supposed to.
I was watching Waylon Wire's video the other day. He finally got something nice.
He did?
He did. Seat covers.
Yeah.
There, now that I got the wheel bearing grease off the lens cap, I can give her a compliment. She should be a transmission rebuilder. Look at how clean she got this. Isn't that something? See what a little elbow grease will get you? Alright, now you just got to blow it out, dry it out. I'm going to put it on the car. Alright, it's all back together. New plug-in, clean oil pan by Mrs. Heavy Chevy, the transmission builder. And
Wouldn't say all that, but
shall we go back to where we were last night and dump some oil in it and see what happens?
yeah, I think we'll be in a better shape this time.
Yeah, we ought to be since we done it
Can't really
twice.
afford not to be.
Yeah, every time I turn around it's $100 on this car.
I thought it was more like every time you turn around, $500.
Maybe 1,000. You know, building a 4L80E and getting a converter and all that stuff, it ain't cheap. Alright, I'm gonna quit crying about it and set this car down and put some transmission fluid in it. Some tranny fluid in it. We let that transmission fluid settle and then run it through the strainer. My dad gave me those. I don't know where he found them at, but they're pretty handy. Save it. We're gonna use it to make fuel for that Suburban.
Oh, really?
If I ever put an injector pump in it. The injector pump's broke in it, but I've been trying to get this car done. I ain't gonna make it for Easter. Anyway, rained half the day, so I didn't get to do anything outside. But we managed to get 8 quarts or ish, less-ish, into the transmission. Do we dare look under the car?
I think we would have heard it by now, but go for it.
I don't see no puddles. I think we fixed her. Alright, you want to try to put some coolant in it, see if that runs out on the floor?
Might as well.
Alright, we poured in 1 gallon of antifreeze and ain't none of it. Where'd she go? Oh. Ain't none of it come out on the floor. And now I even sent the oldest daughter to the store for some distilled water. It ain't nothing but the best for her baby. Well, got 3 gallons in it and so far no green ponds on the floor. Even though St. Patty's Day was recently.
I'm glad.
So I'm glad about that. Guess that's because no coolant lines go to the transmission. Unfortunately, I've run out of the green stuff. It's got 3 gallons in it. And still going. It's kind of a big radiator. Big 4-core radiator. I suppose we ought to check the dipstick. Make sure it's not just running in the engine.
That probably would be good.
You know, one time I had a friend had a 69 GTO convertible up here. And it had a 400 in it and Butler heads he put on it. Was it a 400 or was it a 455? I think it was a 455. But had Butler heads, all the stuff. Anyway, put it in the car for my buddy and got it ready to fire. Put the did everything. Put the antifreeze in it. Everything. And I had it running on the engine stand too. Before I put it in the car. But I put it in the car and I didn't fire it up for some reason. I can't remember why. But anyway, I came back out and the next day and the engine was locked up. She wouldn't turn. And I figured out it was hydrolocked. 1 cylinder was full of antifreeze. And what it was Butler ported through a coolant port on one of the intake ports. And it filled a cylinder with antifreeze. And the reason it didn't do it on the engine stand was because the radiator was at a different level. In the car, the radiator was higher, and it allowed the water to lay right there overnight. When it was running, you didn't notice it. So anyway, walk down memory lane, I guess. Had all the Ram Air stuff on it. That was a pretty cool GTO. He bought it restored, but whoever restored it, it was terrible. Loose bolts everywhere. It was just unreal. The assembly was just awful. You know, I don't know if seems like we fixed it. Got some NASCAR guy and recommended some epoxy. Said they used it in their engine building stuff. So put that in there and that fixed it. But he did something else to the motor later on. I don't think that car runs anymore.
Really? That's a shame.
He's got a lot of cars, that guy, but most of them don't run. High dollar stuff.
And they don't run.
So you just don't ever get them going. Alright, it's a little bit early, but I'm a little bit disgusted. So we're going to knock off, ring the bell, And that signifies the time for you to hit the like button and subscribe. If you want to. Also, you can go to MrHeavyChevy.com where you can buy cool stuff and join the ranks of the elite dozen or two that wear that stuff. All right. Have a good evening. We appreciate ya. Bye now.